I'm tired of drinking your muddy water, baby, and sleeping in your hollow log. I'm gonna take up with a stranger. I'm gonna get myself a fast-moving dog. Goodbye, you empty closets, and my true love of 7 years. I'm on a Southwestern pilgrimage to be a frontier sonneteer. Goodbye, you auctioneers, and you guillotine racketeers. I'm looking for a holy man out here on the old frontier. I'm gonna take along a lady who ain't never seen the mountains before. I'm on a Southwestern pilgrimage where the middle class can't hunt me down no more. Gypsy all along, and I know that now. But I got slowed up, I let a city woman drag me down. And the contracts and the circus acts, they make it so you can't relax no more. But my stomach never hurts me much when I'm sleeping on the floor. That old buzzard's flying all around my same old Texas sky, and I take that as a sign that it's time to either lay me down or fly. It's out of my house and it's into my trucking clothes. I'm on a Southwestern pilgrimage where the wheel stops, nobody knows. Thank you. Most of my life has been spent trying to figure out a way to get out of my environment, which was white middle-class suburbs, and try to somehow come to terms with what I thought of as being the country. And sometimes when you move to the country, you think you're there and you're not really there, because you really just move into a little suburb out in the country. And there are people that really do directly relate to living right on the land, and there are people that don't romanticize it as much as we do, I think. And it's been interesting to me that most great religious leaders, with a few exceptions, have been people that are more or less country bumpkins. Like Jesus, they say that he might have been a carpenter and also possibly a farmer. Nobody's sure. And Buddha was rich to start with, but he got to the woods as fast as possible. So this is a song that was written about St. Francis, and St. Francis was the son of a very rich tailor and a man who sold clothes. And when he was about 13 or 14 years old, he stood in the middle of the village square in a little medieval town and ripped all of his clothes off and said, "This is how I'll dress from now on, because this is how I feel more comfortable." And he got all the way to Rome, and he sort of jumped in and stuck his tongue out at the Pope and asked if he could form an order on poverty, based on poverty, and they wouldn't let him do it. So after he politicked around the Vatican a little bit, they finally let him have an order formed on the basis of poor people. And St. Francis has been de-sainted, I understand. They took him off the rolls of the saints. He's no longer an official saint in the Catholic Church because they can't figure out whether he really lived or not. But for me, he really did, not because I am into that much of a Catholic, Baptist, or Methodist, or any kind of other trip, Presbyterian, or whatever it might be, but because St. Francis had enough sense to be able to preach to the birds in the trees. I guess he figured they would listen. This is called Boy from the Country. Because he called the forest brother, because he called the earth his mother, they drove him out into the rain. Some people even said that the boy from the country was insane, because he spoke with fish in the creek. Tried to tell us that the animals could speak, and who knows, perhaps they do. How do you know they don't? Just because they've never spoken to you. Boy from the country left his home when he was young. Boy from the country, he loves the sun. Tried to tell us we should love the land. We just turned our heads and laughed. You see, we did not understand. Sometimes I think the boy from the country is the only one who sees. 'Cause the boy from the country doesn't want to see the forest. He'd rather see the trees. Boy from the the country, he left his home when he was young. Boy from the country, he loves the sun. Most of us have faced at one time or another wanting to express ourselves about one thing or another and have somebody come up to you and say, well, I like what you said, but could you change it just a little bit? Could you make it just a little bit different? This started in English class for me, and probably started with other people a lot younger than that. And people have a tendency to think that what comes out of you naturally is not good enough. It has to be beefed up by somebody else's psychology or philosophy system. So this spilled over into music, and now what we have is a situation where people play their music and then they go into a record company or they go to a studio or something like that, and people say, well, that's fine as long as we add about 750 string players behind it, then they'll play it on the radio. And I never could really see the logic in this. I feel like symphony players probably have music that they really enjoy playing, and other people have music they really dig, and they don't always necessarily fit together. And I went through this at one point in my life. I made an album, and some people came up to me and said, overdub strings and we'll put the record out. So I wrote this song in reply to them. We didn't put the record out. Hey boy, would you like to have the Philharmonic in your song? We can pay the finest musicians to play along. That's what they tell you when they don't want you by yourself. I won't pitch my tent on the main street of hell. Hey, nobody's going to tell me how to play my music. No matter how simple, it's got to be free. Nobody's going to tell me how to play my music. It's gonna come out sounding like you and me, right off the street. We like your melody, Mike, but you're gonna have to change your tune. You be the launch pad, son, while we shoot the moon. That's what they tell you, but they got nothing to lose. Besides, they got 'em lining up outside to fill my shoes. Nobody's gonna tell me how to play my music. No matter how simple, it's got to be free. Nobody's gonna tell me how to play my music. It's gonna come out sounding like you and me. Hey boy, would you like to wind up back out on the street? Tapping out the songs that you write with your feet. Well, let me tell you, mister, now this song came from there. The street is a hard mistress, damn it, at least you treat you fair. Nobody's gonna tell me how to play my music. to be free, whatever it may be. Hey boy, would you like to have the Philharmonic in your song? No, 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 no. I say no, 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 no. I say no, 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 no. This next song is a song that will never be on any album that I ever record. And the reason for that is I think some songs just don't come off good when you record them. I've tried to do this one about 3 or 4 times. The reason why it doesn't sound so good on a record, I think, is just because it's just too laid back or something. I don't know. I wrote this song when I was hitchhiking. I wasn't hitchhiking, somebody else was, and I picked up this hitchhiker. And I was on the other side of the fence from hitchhiking. And this was in the time when hitchhikers were mainly bums on the road. There weren't too many people with backpacks trying to get to Aspen and stuff like that. Just cowboys and people that didn't have too much money and stuff like that. And I was in West Texas. I wrote this tune. It's called West Texas Highway. I was driving down a West Texas highway. I saw a hitchhiker and his thumb was pointing my way. He didn't look suspicious and it didn't look any too clean. I put on my brakes and I opened my door. I could tell he was a bum by the muddy boots he wore. He said, I'm going down to Haskell, I got a woman down in Abilene. He said, son, East Texas is where I come from. I was working a rodeo out there and it sure got humdrum, so I'm just traveling around. And a whole lot of Texas I've seen. I'm mighty glad that you were going my way. In your brand new clothes there and your great big Chevrolet. I'm going down to Haskell, I got a woman down in Abilene. Now turn on the country western radio stations. Like a possum and a mighty happy rascal. He waved goodbye when I let him out in the Haskell. That's about the last of that road tramp I ever have seen. But I'm still wishing to this very day that he had my clothes and my big Chevrolet, and it was me going to Haskell with a woman down in still wishing to this very day that he was making albums and had my big Chevrolet, and it was me going to Haskell, the woman down in Abilene. This is a song about a river. I spend a lot of time looking at rivers, and one of these days I'm going to get on one of those rubber things and go down one and run those rapids. It kind of scares me. I can dig mountain climbing and walking across snowfields and stuff like that, but something about being, I don't know, I guess that movie Deliverance is what did it to me. But anyway, this song was based on an idea that's in the novel Siddhartha, which tells a lot about what the river means in terms of your life, and starts off maybe as one drop of water and then becomes a stream and then a river and then sort of all becomes one part of one ocean and then evaporates and becomes the one drop of water again. It's called Song of the South Canadian River. Drink your life one drop at a time. Flow with the stream in your soul. Pour your soul in the river of life. Rush to the ocean of God, too much you can say about a song called You Can Only Say So Much. I'd like to get right to the point now. Why do we find ourselves so bored? We got more creative cobwebs than anybody can afford. Always pretending to be him really gets to be chore. What's it all good for? You can only say so much, and then you can't say anymore. You can only say so much, and then you can't say anymore. To live and breathe some point of view is just the same as being dead. So I hope that you won't hold me down to anything I've done or said. And I promise not to lead you on. Promise me you won't be led when it's all been said. You can only say so much, and then you can't say anymore. You can only say so much, and then you can't say anymore. You can only say so much, and then you can't say anymore. Searching the shadows of some deep sky, gonna find no space completely dark. In the sky, fires black as ashes. You'll see a dancing, glowing spark. You wonder why it burns so quickly. I've lived in a place called Texas for 2 or 3 years now, and before that I lived there for 20 years, and there was a 5-year period in between, and I lived in Los Angeles. And about every Christmas I used to drive back from Los Angeles to Texas on Interstate 10, and when you get to El Paso, you go down through a little town called Van Horn, Texas. And I stopped there. It was about 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was at one of those little 24-hour truck stops, and I wrote this song. I haven't ever recorded it. B.W. Stevenson recorded it and did a really fantastic version of it. So I just want to do it for you the way I did it when I first wrote it, which was just with the acoustic guitar. It's called Texas Morning. Right in the middle of the 10-cent scenery, shuffled and stacked on a postcard rack, there's a cute little kid with a Shetland pony. She smiles at me and I can't smile back. An old Cactus Jack drinks coffee black. Look at him telling me it's my lucky day. You know it's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, and I've come a long, long way. It's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, and I come a long, long way. Now she left me cold on a winter's morning, and cold it's been for the longest time. And she told me Texas is where she was going, and I came looking, but she's hard to find. And Cactus Jack, he drinks coffee black, telling me it's my lucky day. Oh, it's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, and I come a long, long way. Oh, it's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, and I come a long, long way. Now I don't know just where I'm gonna find her. Maybe the soldier with a suitcase saw her. She just said she was going to Texas for a little while. So I'm looking for the girl with light brown hair. She's got hazel eyes and she's not too pretty. She's got a beautiful smile. She just said she was going to Texas for a little while. But now the cook in the back is getting mighty curious to ask the waitress where I'm from. And he just says, hell, I ain't never seen him. He's probably just a California bum. And old Cactus Jack, he says, that's right. As I walk out into the light, because it's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, and I've still got a long, long ride. Oh, it's 5 o'clock in the Texas morning, oh, and I've got a long, long ride. And outside the sun is up and the wind blows me like a paper cup down the highway. Burial grounds and merry-go-rounds, they're all the same to me. And horses on posts and kids and ghosts, spirits we ought to set free. Them city slicker pickers got a lot of slicker licks than me. But riding the range and acting strange is where I'm gonna be. I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. I just wanna ride in a robe and a hoop. I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. It's supernatural country rockin' glue. Now Lone Star sipping and skinny dipping in the steel guitars and stars. They're just as good as Hollywood and shooting up down in the bar. I'm gonna buy me a vest and head out west, my lady and myself. When we come to town, we're gonna gather around and marvel about our health. I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. Oh, I just wanna ride and rope and a hoo-hoo. Yeah, I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. It's supernatural country rockin' glue. Those big raccoons and the harvest moons keep rolling through my mind. And a home on the range where the antelope play is pretty damn hard to find. Don't bury me on the lone prairie, I'm gonna play there alive. I'm getting out my shotgun, I'm gonna have some fun if them bulldozers give me any jive. I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. Oh, I just wanna ride in a robe and ooh. I just wanna be a cosmic cowboy. It's supernatural country rockin' glue. And up is not the way I'm gonna shoot. For a long time when I lived out in L.A., I backed up country western singers on the bass. It's the only way I could make a living. Pretty hard, isn't it, Mike? Okay.
You're listening to Michael Murphy on the
I
Zoo.
was playing in a place called Eddie's Playtime Bar. And this is out in Canoga Park, and it was a kind of a joint where they have a cage around the bandstand so that the people can't stab the band while they're playing. And I wrote this song while I was working there. called Backslider's Wine. Dedicated to everybody that's ever been to the Palomino Club in L.A. As the rain ruins my alibi, I'm down to telling you my red-eyed mind. It's not that sun-bright path that called me from my home, just that fine backslider's wine my mama sings way out in my memory. Sun, don't take that black-eyed shine. Fight for your rights, but son, don't fight for right. Do not drink backsliders wine. But I took myself for a strong and loving soul. And I found my face down on a barroom floor. I was crying, Jesus, what will these cowboys do to me? I cannot drink backsliders wine no backsliders wine. Did you bring my acoustic guitar up a little bit in my earphones? Thank you. Last song I'm going to do for you is the one about a person that's meant a lot to me in my life. This is the first single I ever released, and it was based on something that occurred to me that didn't have much to do with putting out a record. I was over at a friend of mine's house who's an artist. I walked into his room, and he had a little pencil drawing sitting up on his mantelpiece, and it was a copy of a photograph of Geronimo sitting in a Cadillac with a top hat and tails on. And I thought, that's really a surrealistic drawing. And I told him so, and he said, well, it's actually a true story. What happened was they sent a photographer down from Washington, D.C. right after they captured Geronimo. And they told him to get a picture of Geronimo looking as white as possible, because they figured that would make people believe that he'd become converted or something to our way of life. And I guess it was inevitable that they'd have to put him in a Cadillac to really portray our way of life. So they did. They had him sit in a Cadillac with his suit on, took a picture of him, sent it around to people. And Geronimo sitting in the Cadillac, oddly enough, he doesn't look so out of place as he looks disenfranchised, but his pride is still there. So I said I wanted to ride in his Cadillac if I rode in anybody's Cadillac. I don't know if people do this anymore, but I'm going to dedicate this song to somebody. I'm going to dedicate it to a good friend of mine who's a medicine man on the Sioux Reservation, Guy Dullknife. I don't know if he can hear me right now or not, but something gives me the feeling that he can. Put Geronimo in jail down south, where he couldn't look the gift horse in the mouth. Sergeant, Sergeant, don't you feel there's something wrong with your automobile? Now, Governor, Governor, isn't it strange? You ain't never seen a car on the Indian Range. Ward on